Hello everyone, and today I want to share a new little addiction I have with the world, my current Overwatch guilty pleasure, and I think we all have one. I mean, you know what mine is from just clicking on this video, right? It's putting Junkrat's face on all of the female heroes and then locking my door for hours. Okay, no, not that. Well, yes, that, but not right now. No, what I'm alluding to, I guess, can be encapsulated in the following sentence. What you are best at is not necessarily what you are good at, right? And sometimes those things conflict on a very deep level, because both are sources for enjoyment, and when they don't line up, you have to make a decision of what's more valuable to you on an entertainment to success ratio, and that just sounds like a load of weird jargon, but I guess what I'm trying to say is that this is the story all about Junkrat. My taste got flipped all just like that, and I'd like to take a few minutes, so don't go anywhere. I'll tell you why I now love the one with fire in his hair. Boom! Boom! Boom!
Oh, fuck.
Oh my god. So, alright. There is two main sources of enjoyment in an Overwatch game, right? There is the winning, the yes, get wrecked. And there is the actual playing, the oh, that was awesome, oh, I love being this character, oh, that one is so fun. And for me, because of Roadhog being ripped, oh, Roadhog, I no longer have a character that I both really enjoy playing and I'm good at. The closest is D.Va, but I'm very rusty on her, and outside of awesome ultimates, she doesn't have, at least to me, crazy fun by-the-moment gameplay. And obviously, a lot of what I'm about to talk about is subjective taste, but I kind of been sat here like, I really I don't want to play Overwatch, not because I don't like the game. I obviously love the game. I love the world. I love the feeling of just being in Overwatch, and potentially was a weird sentence. And I just wanted a new character. So recently, I've made that character Junkrat. And look, I bet you're all sat there like, so, why are you making a video about this? Because to me, I'm putting this across like I just went, yep, I killed a man. Dun dun dun, like it's some serious bombshell. And I think that's why this is something fun that I want to discuss, because for me, it kind of is that. Because I have a very unique relationship with Junkrat, but don't tell Cuddle Piggy. And it's something that I think is fun to explore, how people can create their own personal psychological blocks that really inhibit them from enjoying something that they otherwise would. And by the way, Roadhog is a perfect example. I love playing as him, but now that he's so weak, it just feels awful to be playing him, because win or lose, I just feel like with everything that I do, and it's so sad. It really, really is. So I no longer get enjoyment from winning on him because he's not that good. And I no longer get enjoyment from play-by-play on him because everything he does feels like a wet noodle. And I don't mean the wet noodle food, I mean like Noodle, the pool toy that is obviously wet because it's in a pool. And when I was about 12 years old, I was asleep, floating in the pool, and my little brother, who was 3 at the time, got one and slapped me in the face, and yes, it was caught on video, but no, I'm not going to show you it. I just thought you'd like that story while we're telling stories. And it really hurt. The slapping sound was so intense. So, Junkrat then, why me playing him so much is weird. When Overwatch first came out, back when it was in beta, by we I mean me and a group of friends, started obviously getting into it and really having fun, and two characters stood out to us in our noobish selves as being ridiculously bullshit and overpowered. Because obviously as your skill grows, your perspective shifts, as you play more characters it shifts, and as you learn the game, it shifts once more, and if you compared what you now think is broken or overpowered or underpowered compared to your beginning playing the game self, well, the discrepancy would be hilarious. And that would apply for a lot of games. But for us back then, May and Junkrat were the just, what a bullshit bastard person playing those easy, no-skill, free kills characters. And that mentality very much maintained, because think about it, when a new player is on the receiving end of Junkrat, what does it feel like? This guy that I can't see is just stood still firing explosives through a window that are bouncing round and killing us. He's not putting any effort or skill into this, not really realizing that it's you walking on them, you're not dodging, you just feel like you're being killed out of nowhere by explosions, and it feels awful, like being suddenly sniped. It just sucks, it really does. And every time you watch the kill cam and you see this dude stood still just firing explosives in the same direction, and that killed you, like the Hanzo that just chain fires arrows at a corner hoping somebody walks round into them, it's not a good feeling, and you start to build resentment towards that character. And that's what happened with me. In fact, I took a vow of I will never play Junkrat. I will never sink so low as to play this character. I will never bring such dishonor upon my clan. And that setup that I created in my mind has maintained for years. No matter how much better I got at the game, no matter how much more I learned, no matter how many characters that I played, I never ever changed my opinion of Junkrat. He always, somewhat weirdly, I mean, when I started playing him a couple weeks ago, I did have this realization, why did I still think that? But it's always maintained, and I've never really thought about it. Something that's always been there that I've not really noticed. Every time I died to a Junkrat, it would make me angry. Every time I saw one, it would irritate me. I just had this weird resentment that I had no right to have against this character. So when I was sat looking for someone new to play, I was like, should I try him? Like this was some horrible decision that I was making, so I did. And I loved it. And that's why it kind of became my guilty pleasure, which is obviously the theme of this video. Though I will point out, I absolutely hate the phrase guilty pleasure because it implies something a lot worse than it actually is. I feel like people going, yeah, my guilty pleasure is that I eat a little bit of extra chocolate on a weekend. Like, come on! It's not something you feel guilty about, right? That should be way more severe if it is literally a guilty pleasure. Something you gotta hide and feel ashamed of. Like, you know, if your guilty pleasure was sneaking into someone's house and stroking their hamster, interpret that how you will, then yeah, fair enough, that's a guilty pleasure, okay, but you know, picking a different character in a video game, I feel like maybe that's not quite there, but that's the phrase, so that's the phrase we gotta use. But yeah, I started feeling really bad that I was enjoying Junkrat until I played him even more, because you gotta remember before this, I had 0 minutes on him in both quick play and competitive. I only ever played him for shenanigans, and only when I had to. I refused to play him in any kind of serious capacity, but I started finding his gameplay incredibly satisfying. But what changed for me, and what enhanced it a lot, is that I started to understand, obviously, that he's not ridiculously easy. There's a lot of finesse in the traps, the conch mine, even aiming the shots, and yeah, you get some times where you just shoot into a room and get loads of kills, but they're few and far between. And what mainly was cool is that when an enemy Junkrat got me, I no longer felt bad because I understood. And obviously this applies to every character, and it's why you should play a few hours on every character. Not only will it make you a better player, but it will make the game more enjoyable on a psychological level, because you will understand how this happened from the other perspective, because when you understand, you no longer feel bullshit. Like, when I die to scatter arrows now, I'm like, that's fine, I get it, I know how they work, I know how they bounce, I know the damage that they do, I know how that happened to me because of science. I no longer think, yeah, okay, well done, you press scatter, GG, you got me, you fucking moron. And that's a really cool appreciation, and as a side note, I would really recommend everyone does it. But I do think it's interesting that I had this transition of Junkrat from being this pedestal of hatred that I've never randomly changed to now he's the character I get the most enjoyment out of, because he has so many cool, memorable moments. Every conch mine kill, even just spamming his grenades, is very satisfying. Trapping someone is hilarious, especially these people that watch you put the trap down in front of them and then still walk on it. Junkrat also has the unique property of that dying on him is less annoying than any other character, because stuff still happens after you die. You've got your death bombs, you've got traps that are still down and people walk into them, which is like, ha, while you're dead. You've got bombs that you already fired, actually killing people as your corpse is flailing around, and your corpse does a lot of flailing on Junkrat because you generate explosions, so it's a ragdoll lover's just beautifulness while playing him, and all of these things are making me really like it. Hell, just the fact that if you notice, and a lot of you probably do, but while walking on Junkrat, he has a normal flow animation for his left leg, but then his right leg, it might be the other way around, I can't remember actually, his peg leg, when he steps on that, there is actually just a jolt up and down with his weapon. You actually feel like you're running around on the peg leg, and that's really cool and just adds to the experience, and yeah, I like it. And it made me think that, really, what are my values when it comes to having fun in Overwatch right now, winning other moment by moment? Because obviously I suck at Junkrat, and this is where you guys come in. Do you ever do anything like this? Do you play a hero that you love but aren't good at? Do you play a hero in a way that you know is bad but is really fun, like melee Torbjorn, or holding mercy res for ages and hiding behind a corner because, gosh darn it, I want to get a 5-man res right now. Please die, team. No, I'm not helping you until you die. And a lot of the time that can be really satisfying, more so than the victory, right? And actually, I think that is something that Overwatch really shines at. It has the uncanny ability to let you just be silly and do something really stupid and still get enjoyment out of a character that you're effectively just flailing around on. But actually, as I like Junkrat so much at the moment, because he just is satisfying to play, I really do want to learn him and get better, and actually having this new character to learn and conquer that I've not felt since, well, original Roadhog and a little bit now with Doomfist is really cool, and it's kind of brought life back to the game for me in a lot of ways, because every second I spend playing him is like I'm getting better, but also this is super fun. And I guess what I'm saying, for the first time in a while, my enjoyment that comes from winning and my enjoyment that comes from the actions I'm taking on a moment-by-moment basis are closer and more in sync than they have been since Roadhog got nerfed. Because I will admit, it really turned me off Overwatch, because I loved playing him more so than anyone else, and since losing him, I have just kind of been lost. But I think it's only fitting then that his partner, his only friend, his closest comrade, is the one that I've turned to as a replacement for both impactful, hopefully when I get good, successful, and just downright entertaining gameplay. Because Junkrat, well, there's never a dull moment. I think he really is one of those heroes. And I don't know, did you guys find this, I guess, tale interesting? I really want to know if you guys have anything similar going on. I really do. I would also absolutely love some general Junkrat tips. In fact, I'm almost tempted to do a getting good and competitive as Junkrat type series, right? Where I maybe play a competitive game a couple times a week and edit them down, and we see how I'm progressing and all of that. I don't know, is that crazy? I don't know, I feel like that could be fun. I think my issue is I try to get in too close and actually fight, air quotes, people too much on Junkrat at the moment. I also don't press trap enough, but I think I'm getting quite a few of the fundamentals down. But I don't know, that's the thing, I'm loving this new challenge and this new experience, and I think that's important. I think people get too stuck in their ways in Overwatch. and maybe honestly the fact that you are supposed to switch heroes should be something a lot of people remember, despite the fact that yes, the competitive system is supremely broken and rewards you for just sticking to a main. Like the fact that I genuinely read on a forum, yeah, I would play a support, but I don't want to play that, even though it's my main and I love being a support, because right now I'm doing my placement, so I need to be a assault so I get placed really well. That's just so bad, isn't it? That is really, really quite awful, but that's a topic for another time, and yeah, I think we will leave it at that. Thanks so much, everyone. Like if you've enjoyed this, it really helps support me and the channel, as does becoming a part of Patreon. With YouTube crashing hard, it's really what enables me to keep doing this, and it would mean the world if you'd get on board. I will see you all next time. Goodbye.